Oh, well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I got to be really careful here. I got a baby sleeping at my feet, and her little soft ears laying on the ground. And if I roll 2 inches too far,
okay,
I'm going to run over her ear. Oh, man. She's even closer now.
Well, kick her. Move that bitch.
Poor thing. She's going to get her ear run over.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the show. How are you, T?
I'm fine.
Doing all right?
I am. I feel like I got sunburnt today. I was outside all day.
Oh, yeah. You kind of got some
A little color?
little Claus-esque, Santa Claus rosy cheeks.
Yeah.
Into here. Maybe your nose, forehead a touch.
It was almost 80 degrees today.
Yeah, it was gorgeous out.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I got out. I had
Could
to
be
run.
your crisscross applesauce summer.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I got out earlier. I took Cece for a little ride in the car, and then I just kept going and drove around for a bit because it was so nice out.
Yeah.
And then I got home and I threw the ball with her, and she was awesome, and she retrieved every one. It was perfect. But yeah, it's
Excellent.
yeah. And we're not going to get many of those days left.
No, it's supposed to snow Saturday, so this is it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And the bottom drops out. Post haste.
Oh my God! And you know it's going to be brutal too. It's going to be a fallout like none. It's been a great week.
It's been an unbelievable fall, really, all things considered. It's
Yeah.
been pretty unbelievable.
So we get what, 2 weeks of fall, and then we go right into a
6
year and
months
a half
winter.
of winter.
Yeah. And then 2 weeks of spring.
What are we doing in this state?
I love it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you really?
Well, the winter's getting dragging on me a little bit more and more. If I didn't work out in it, it wouldn't bother me at all.
No.
If I just worked in an office or something or from home, and it wouldn't bother me a bit.
Really?
I don't mind. I mean, you just go into your car and back. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, but you know what it is for me? It's the gray.
Yeah, well,
The gray.
That's a mindset.
No. That's documented.
Yeah, well,
You know, I mean, there's a reason suicide rates are as high as they are in Seattle, highest in the country. Also the grayest state in the country. You know, and I feel it. I get fucking utterly depressed, man.
yeah, because you don't do anything in the winter. That's what I'm saying. I mean, nobody does. That's what I'm saying. It's a mindset. If you go skiing and you go ice fishing and you do things, you snowmobile. If you lean into it,
Yeah.
it takes a bit of the sting off.
Maybe I'll
But
try
if you
some
just,
of that this
if you just
winter.
hibernate, then
Well,
wait for
I go
spring.
I go as many places in the winter as I do in any other of the months. I'm kind of a hermit anyways, but I don't feel like shooting myself in the forehead.
Well, that's a good start.
in the summer, like I do in the winter. The winter's brutal.
I don't mind the cold. I'm built for it.
Yeah,
Canadian-
I'm
The
not.
Canadian in me, eh?
Yeah, it must be. My pussy family's from out west, and so I don't think I'm built for it. And I've just never gotten used to it. G was like, the fuck out of here. He couldn't wait to get out of this state.
Well, yeah, you can only golf 6 months a year here.
Right. And he's pigeon-toed, so he could never ski or anything. Like, he's like really pigeon-toed when he walks. And so skis just cross on him and shit, and
Yeah.
So he was just like, all right, really? You want to bring me up in Michigan? Well, then I'm moving to the fucking desert.
Fair enough.
Going to Arizona.
Everybody has that option.
Yeah.
But
Oh, man.
I love it in the summer. The problem is that anywhere you go, like Arizona, would be fine, great in the winter, but not in the summer. Fuck that. Florida, hell no.
Yeah,
The
Florida's too
humidity-
muggy.
Yeah.
California's great if you could afford it. California, I mean, you'd have to deal with all the liberal pukes there. But other than that, the weather's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's great. And you're 100% right. Arizona in the summer.
It's a nightmare.
You can't even, like, people don't understand. Because, there is an argument, first off, for it's a dry heat. No doubt it's different than Florida when you get that muggy,
Oh, yeah.
thick, heavy shit. But there's something to walking out when it's 115 degrees and just getting that wall of just boof.
It's like somebody blowing a hairdryer in your face.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Yeah.
That's what it was in Iraq. It's a dry heat, though. The fuck out of here. It's
Yeah.
117 degrees.
Yeah, it's
It's
hot
a
as balls.
nightmare.
Yeah. And, G loves going out because golf is cheap because a lot of the people in Arizona bolt. They go to San Diego. They go to L.A. There's multiple places around that area that they hibernate to for those 3 months.
Yeah.
And they abandon,
Smart.
Yeah. A lot of people
Like we
do
go
that.
somewhere for the winters, they go somewhere for the summers.
Exactly. Yeah. Either they go up north, Arizona, they have like our version of up north.
Yeah.
Where you don't have cactuses, which is kind of wild. It looks like a totally different state when you go an hour north of Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them go to San Diego. So, but yeah, I don't blame him. G doesn't mind though, and it's cheap as shit golf in the summer.
Yep.
You can play some of the most beautiful courses in America for $30.
Yeah, it must be a nightmare trying to water those things.
Ugh, yeah.
Speaking of golf, did you see Kirk Cousins bought a golf course in Saugatuck?
No, I heard, but what's that about? Is he
I don't know. I didn't do a whole lot of research on it. I don't know if there's a correlation there. If it's because they keep mentioning his wife in the story, like Kirk Cousins and his wife Julie bought a golf course. So maybe I don't know.
Sure they did.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Oprah and her Bo Stedman are billionaires.
Exactly.
Are they?
So I don't know if maybe her family's from there. There's some link there.
Sure,
why
Jules.
she's in the
Sure, Jules.
mentioned in the story. But
They should have said Kirk Cousins and the chick who blows him bought a golf course. That's what they should have said.
Yeah.
Give me this shit, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Fuck out of here. Okay, Stedman. You're Stedman. It's not a sexist thing because I'm saying it about Stedman,
exactly right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all know what's going on there.
Oh, who knows? She might be the breadwinner.
She the breadwinner? Yeah.
Could be. I don't know what she does. I'm gonna check their financials.
Yeah, maybe it's I don't know. Maybe we just haven't heard about this ultra superb millionaire.
Maybe she's got a banging OnlyFans. Who knows?
Yeah. So did he take her last name or
Nah.
did she take his?
I'm pretty sure she took his.
Huh. Wonder why she did that. Why didn't he just take hers? If she's such a breadwinner herself.
Oh, because that's just the way it is.
Really?
Yeah, generally, historically, when the woman takes the man's last name.
Yeah, but I mean, if she's the
would be.
if she's the the power cuck in the relationship,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what her story is.
I don't either.
My guess is she's not homely looking.
Probably not. Too
She's
bad.
not dumpy looking. Would be like I'm just guessing. I've never seen her. Would I be wrong?
Julie Hampton. So she didn't take his name.
I bet there's a hyphen Cousins somewhere in an article.
I don't know.
All right, Hampton, what are you about? I want to know about Julie Hampton and her golf course buying prowess.
Maybe she's a avid golfer.
Yeah. Well, she could be. She could be a pro golfer. We wouldn't know the name of a female pro golfer.
Yeah.
Is she pretty hot?
Fine.
Oh boy, that didn't sound good.
No, I didn't really go deep into it. I was looking for the story more.
I mean,
than
has
anything.
anyone made more money in the NFL
Than Kirk Cousins?
for what he's done? Now, his team's 7-1. The Vikings look good.
Yeah.
But
he might be the most underrated quarterback in the league.
He might be today, but for years he hadn't done anything except get.
Although
just
I don't know what we're talking about.
retarded.
He went to state.
right.
So yeah, I'm brain farting on that shit. Like, so I don't know. Maybe he must be from here. Maybe he is from here.
Oh yeah, that could be. Good point.
So I was saying like maybe that's her family. I'm an idiot. Sorry.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
thinking-
No, dude,
totally
it didn't even
forgetting that
cross
he
my
went to state.
mind either.
So
No, but when I think of Kirk Cousins, I think of like the absolute, like when the biggest contracts were being done. I think of him as landing like 3 of those. Like got super paid over $100 million from the Redskins. Certainly got that from the Vikings.
yeah, timing worked out well for him. In a lot
And
of
where
that
was
stuff.
he before the Redskins? Where did he start? Do you remember? How can we not remember where Kirk Cousins started?
It might have just been Washington.
Okay, so maybe he re-signed with Washington for a big, huge amount.
His second deal with Washington.
Yeah, well, that could be. So he was he drafted by the Skins?
I believe so.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they're having a great season.
They are.
No doubt about it. They, I mean, we'll see as they play more and more talented teams going forward, but,
Yeah. Well, their division's pretty soft, so they
Yeah.
got an easy stretch there.
exactly. Green Bay's not shit. The Bears, whatever.
Yeah.
Lions, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was drafted by the Skins.
Okay.
For
All right.
with the RG3.
Oh, that was the same draft. Yeah, he was picked like 3rd round, and RG3 was their number 1 pick.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy when you
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah, he was there 2012, 2017, and then Vikings 2008 till now. 3-time Pro Bowler, NFL completion percentage leader in 2015. Second team All Big Ten 2011. Don't forget that.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
I
he's-
did not see him coming out of state,
Yeah.
being like a
No, well, he
a
was
stellar
well,
quarterback, but
no,
he's been good.
I shouldn't say that. I mean, because he was. Remember, he was, and then he dropped in that draft because there was the whole leadership shit. Like for whatever reason in that draft, like he dropped. He was actually a fairly high prospect coming into that draft.
Was he really? Because he wasn't very mobile. That was when they were really looking at mobile kids.
Yeah, but he there was something about like when people started talking about him, like everybody was fucking bagging on him for whatever reason. That he wasn't a good leader, he wasn't a good teammate, he wasn't a good captain, something along those lines. He got besmirched in the discovery phase.
Yeah,
going in, and it was one of those things where dudes just kept dropping, and we're like, why is everybody? Nobody knew really why he was dropping.
Yeah. We've seen that with a few guys over the years.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the punt god story didn't come out. Because the reason he dropped, which was not revealed, but must have been known to franchises because he was the third punter taken.
Right.
When in reality, he probably should have been a first rounder like Ray Guy.
Damn near, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. When we saw that a punter was taken and it wasn't him, we were like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
And then the second one, we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Why you been hyping this dude for fucking a year on ESPN every Saturday? You're doing like full packages on this guy every week, and he's the third punter taken? Yeah. Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it didn't make any sense, but now it does when you throw all the rapey allegation in there.
He was 4-0 against Michigan.
Was he really? Yeah, that was a good stretch for Sparty. Mm-hmm. That they had some good teams. I think, did they win it? No, they've never won a national title in football, but they were in the playoff.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't that the start of the college football playoff, and they were in maybe one or two of those games?
I don't know.
I don't want to get them confused with the basketball team.
Yeah.
Who was also good during that era, but yeah.
You like that?
Anyway, like that.
I don't know how we got on that thing.
Yeah, well,
we were talking about golf.
I apologize for besmirching the good name of Julie Hampton.
Yes.
Yeah, I apologize for that. If she did not take Mr. Cousins' name, yeah, they probably are local.
Yes, exactly.
And he bought a golf course. I bet it'll be awesome. Mm-hmm. So, and he's having a great year. No way to take that away from him.
Definitely. Not.
I guess the election shit is still going on. I'll be honest with you. I can't watch any of it.
That's good.
I can't, dude. It's really weird, and I find this almost every time there's an election. Like the days after it, where they haven't found anything and they just keep going with the ticker.
Yeah, when there's nothing
to
talk about.
You're just waiting for a point to swing one way or the other. It's like,
what
are we doing?
No, what the fuck is Arizona and Nevada doing?
Yeah.
What is the deal?
Question.
I mean, I really don't understand where the disconnect is. Why it takes them historically, so much longer than anybody else to be able to calculate their votes.
What do they say about the I don't know what they call it, what the official when a kid is acting out to get attention?
Lashing out?
Yeah, like throwing a tantrum or something. So they, like me, it's all about me. Like, it doesn't make sense why, like, and Florida gave you the blueprint. Florida fucked it up in 01, 02, whatever year that was, the hanging chads.
Yeah.
And then they went, never again. We're not doing that again. We are going to be on this shit. And it's like, okay, well, you can call a representative from Florida and go, what are you guys doing? What's the secret sauce? Mm-hmm. How are you getting this so that you're able to count 7 million plus votes in 12 hours, and Arizona can't count 2 million votes in 4 days?
Yeah,
what the hell is going on? And if you think that leads to secure election integrity with voters, you're out of your mind.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what the hell, but Georgia's, and I know everybody, this is the deal with states' laws and states having the rights to decide how they're going to do their elections. Mm-hmm. Georgia, it's weird. How often are we going to run into this bullshit where, okay, we're all going to hang on Georgia because it was 49.4 to 49.1, and then some dickhead ate up 1% or whatever that would have made either one of them go over 50%.
Yeah.
And now we got to wait till December 6th to find out the balance of the Senate, probably. And it's like, this is...
Well, I don't know that Arizona's going to be done counting by then anyway, so...
No, you're right. They're just slow rolling to be last.
I don't... Maybe that's what it is. It just seems... It's a bit of a red flag. That's all. I'm not saying there's anything weird going on there, but it's just it's negligent at best.
Yeah,
incompetence at worst.
Well, it and worse than that, whether it's happening through incompetence or neglect or whatever, it's not helping to build trust. in something that already tens, if not hundreds of millions of Americans already are on the fence with whether or not this is legit on both sides. That's not a partisan talking point. That's on both sides. They're both calling to question these elections, and it makes it hard not to when you see 48 or 49 other states able to count these things in one night.
I mean, there's 70%. They're 70% right now.
Yeah.
It's been 2 days.
Yeah. And has the needle moved? I haven't even seen the needle move on anything.
No. I mean, no. Arizona's still got Mark Kelly, 51.5%.
He's going to win. They're saying Kerry Lake's going to win. I don't know, man. And again, even if Kerry Lake wins, or who's the other broad?
This is
Hobbs or something?
This is for the Senate.
Senate, yeah.
This is Mark Kelly and Blake Masters.
Yeah. So they think Masters can win that too, still, because of they know how many hundreds of thousands of votes are still out there.
Right.
Or whatever.
It's at, the Katie Hobbs.
Katie Hobbs.
She's at 50.4%. Kerry Lake is at 49.6%. But the difference in that, they're both at 963,000 and 946,000. So I mean, you're only talking about a difference of, what was it?
A couple thousand votes.
Yeah, I mean 15,000 somewhere in there.
Yeah, and
16,000.
honestly, the experts are predicting Kerry Lake wins that when they finally in a month or two.
Yeah,
wrap
finally
up the
get
counting.
around to it.
Yeah, when they finally go, and plus there's another thing that happened. I think it was Arizona. Could be wrong. Don't hold me to that. I'm going off memory, which is a really shitty idea.
Yeah.
But it was like, it's crazy. We just got a box with 57,000 more votes in it.
Yeah, where'd this one come from?
Hold on.
Yeah.
You know what? If you can't deliver the box of the shit, you're already taking 2 months to count the fuckers. You can't deliver you don't get to show up 2 days after the fact and go, hold on.
Here you go.
Hold on. We found a box of 57,000 votes. Okay. Who are you and where did that box come from? Yeah. And why are all 57,000 for the Democrat? What the hell's going on here?
Did you see all the people that got turned away because they showed up to vote and it showed that they had already voted absentee?
They what?
Their absentee ballot had already been submitted. And then they showed up. And they showed up to vote and they're
arrest them.
They're like, "Oh, we're already." Well, no, I don't. But the problem is they didn't vote. They weren't trying to vote twice. They're saying they didn't submit an absentee ballot.
Wow.
They showed up to vote, and they're like, well, you already voted. Like, no, I didn't. Like,
yeah, you did.
Yeah, it shows right here that your vote's already been submitted.
Well, who did I vote for?
Yeah.
It's the first thing I'd ask.
Exactly. Well, we can't tell you that, sir. Oh, well, I would certainly like to know if my name's on that ballot.
Yeah, who I voted for. And you better be able to show me. The other thing that's bullshit is Maricopa County, which is the biggest county in Arizona, ran out of ink in their ballot submission things.
Oh, yeah.
Midday.
Of course.
Right when people are voting. And I believe it's Hobbs who's in charge of investigating that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, without
get right on that.
Yeah. And so, and here's why this matters. So I'm going to put my conspiracy theory hat on.
Okay.
It is a well-known fact across the country that early voting is done, mail-in voting and early voting is done largely by Democrats. Why? Because they have taken that on themselves as like, get the early vote out, get the early vote. Make sure you get, it's a way we've submitted our votes early. It's a real big push for the Democrat Party. It's kind of brilliant, honestly.
Yeah.
They took advantage of this over COVID, and it's like, you sneaky sons of bitches. I see what you did there. And they're still driving that narrative where get out the early vote, get out the early vote. So the vast majority of votes, and I mean vast majority in any state.
Of absentee ballot.
No.
Oh.
Of day of voting is coming from people on the right.
Right. So
when you take the biggest county in Arizona and they run out of ink for a few hours midday, it's easy to go, hold on, wait a minute.
Well, and even the early vote, they theoretically or historically is more the Democratic, and then the later vote
is
the Republican. I mean day of. Voting day during the day, and then the evening vote is Republicans because they have to get off work to go vote.
Exactly. One story I did see that I think is trying to gaslight people a little bit. I could be wrong, and send me your hate email. I can take it. Walters@DetroitCast.com. I should also mention, since I didn't mention it yesterday, radiofor1.com. Like an asshole.
PP slapped.
Get some merch there, T-shirts, tank top, sweatshirts. I was texting with Nick yesterday, and he was like, okay, for hats and stickers, blah, blah, blah. So he's moving forward on that. That should be available soon. I want to guarantee that we'll be able to get those out to people before Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'll circle back Saki with Nick tomorrow and get on that.
Perfect.
Radiofor1.com. Amazon link, Amazon Canada. Please do. I know you guys are doing your Christmas shopping through there. You know, just go to radiofor1.com, click the Amazon link, and shop as normal. It just helps us out a little bit. My Pillow, use promo code TDC. Groupon, link to our Patreon page. We added over 2 hours of 2 separate hours of and plus of content this past weekend. We'll do more this weekend as well. So yeah, please check that stuff out. You can email me at walters@detroitcast.com. Now, I just saw this headline because I'm not watching TV. I've been watching NFL Network and shit like that.
Good, smart.
Montana,
You've been doing your finger breathing?
I've been doing my finger breathing, my face ice baths.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah, of course I have.
Good, smart.
I mean, shit, New York Times gave us the key to handle. Yeah, they gave us the blueprint, the key, whatever you want to call it, the map, the guide,
All right.
how to deal with the election. And so, yeah, of course I'm doing my finger tracing, breathing stuff. Fuck, treat us all like toddlers. I swear to God. Montana. So this is the headline that grabbed me.
Okay.
Montana voters reject measure requiring care for babies born alive.
Okay. Yeah. Please continue.
Okay. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Montana voters reject, like, nah, if a baby's born alive, just punch its face until it's dead.
Just let it go. Just leave it there. Eventually it'll stop crying.
You don't water it and you don't feed it for a couple days. It's just going to die on its own.
Yeah, exactly.
And we reject requiring care for babies born alive. I was like, I feel like I'm being gaslit here.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more to this story.
I would imagine.
Montana voters opposed a midterm ballot measure imposing criminal charges on medical professionals failing to take all medically appropriate and reasonable actions to preserve the life of infants born alive. Here's the key, including those who survived after attempted abortions.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I was going to have a hot take on this, I think. If you survive an abortion,
yeah,
shouldn't you get a free pass at giving it a go?
Yeah, you should. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know what kind of dodging that you got to be doing in the womb if you're getting out of the way of that vacuum and that knife?
Like fucking holding on to the fucking walls. I'm not coming
Fuck
out.
off. No, fuck you. Get out of here. Fuck off. Fuck off. You just keep hearing over and over, oh, fucking vacuum's back. Get out of there. Get out of there. The baby's just kicking the vacuum away right out that bitch's cunt.
Oh.
Mook, get out of here.
Here comes the hanger. Whoa, whoa,
Oh, shit. I've been spent the first 3 months of this goddamn hellhole dodging hangers, and now they're sticking knives, needles, and vacuums up at me. So if you survive that, I think the doctors should have to go, you know what? Dude,
Yeah.
valiant effort. I gave it my best.
Yeah, this could
to knock you out.
could be a professional athlete. Let's see what happens here.
Let's see how this plays out. I mean, the doctor's like, dude, you're not even one, and you dodged everything I threw at you.
Yeah.
Congrats, son.
Well
Congrats.
played. Well played.
Spank him on his ass, let him cry, and don't give it to that witch that tried to kill him. But
Call it a day.
yeah, if you survive that, if you can get through that, the 1 in a million, he should get a chance at life. But that's not really what we're talking about. But LR 131, known as the Montana Born Alive Infant Protection Act, asked is it Montanans?
I would think. Yeah. Montanans sounds about right.
Montanians?
No, I think it's just Montanans.
Montanians?
Montonians.
Montonians would be good.
Yeah.
It's spelled like Montanans.
Which I think is correct.
Yeah. I'm going with Montonians.
Montanans.
Montanans. They asked Montanans
There you go.
to decide whether infants born alive, including infants born alive after an abortion, are legal persons. So if you're born,
well, yeah, if
you come out of the body and you're born alive,
well, if you
you're a person, right?
Well, if you try to kill someone, like if you are charged with attempted murder,
Yeah.
you tried to kill someone, but they didn't. They're not dead now. right?
Yeah.
That was charged with attempted murder, not murder.
Yeah.
He was an attempted abortion, not an abortion.
Right. You're a bad shot.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
But you're still an attempted murderer, but you're technically not a murderer.
Yes. So, yeah, I would say that's a person.
Yeah, I would have too. The measure would have also found healthcare providers guilty of failing to take medically appropriate and reasonable actions to preserve a born alive infant's life. Okay, that sounded weird. I'm sorry. The measure would have also found healthcare providers guilty of failing to take medically appropriate and reasonable actions to preserve a born alive infant's life, with a punishment up to 50 grand or imprisonment of 20 years or both.
50 grand in 20 years don't equate, for the record.
No, you don't like that?
No, I mean, I think that's
100 grand in 20 years?
whatever. But
$5 in a day?
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Okay.
But so this is, I'm confused of what they're even talking about, to be honest with you. I mean, this is so if are they talking about like after birth abortions? Like if the baby comes out and like, you can still like abort it? Is that what we're saying? Like
you're
just snuff that thing
chasing
out?
it around the table as it rolls around. You've got a butcher's knife going after it.
Shh, go to sleep, young man. Go to sleep. Shh.
It'll all be over soon.
Just let it happen.
Sleep well, sweet prince.
Go to the light.
Well,
Don't fight it.
We'll keep reading because there's some details in here. Okay, so they're defining a born alive infant means an infant who breathes, has a beating heart, or has definite movement of voluntary muscles.
Okay.
After the complete expulsion or extraction from the mother.
So you can still whack him if there's like left a toe in the pond. You can still just snuff
He's
him
still
out.
touching first base,
right? She's just like shoving it out and like holding it in. Little headlock in there.
It's like an upside down whack-a-mole. Its head keeps coming out. And you just whack. He's not out all the way. I can still kill it. Whack. Yeah. So I would think that is basically all persons. If you're breathing, have a beating heart, or definite movement of voluntary muscles.
Yeah.
After the complete expulsion or extraction. So if you slide out, say your mom was a total whore.
Just falls out.
And you just, and it's like, oh, Jesus, I thought we had an hour of whack-a-mole going here. And that thing just shot out of there like on a slippery banana peel.
Yeah. Too late. You missed your opportunity.
You missed your opportunity to kill it.
Yeah. If you go in through the Ziploc and take it out to preserve the plumbing, once it's out.
Well, don't take it all the way out.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know if it's hanging by the umbilical cord, if you're allowed to just whip it around like a rope. Whap, whap, whap.
Like those sticky fingers that stick on the wall.
Yeah. And the emails are going to be coming.
Oh, that's fine. Come at me, bro.
Let's see. Okay. Republican lawmakers and supporters of the measure said it would have protected babies that survived botched abortions. Okay. Look, you hate, I'll tell you this, Republicans. You fucking hate when people try to use the hermaphrodite argument to go, oh, there's more than two genders. Who's to say? It's fucking got both parts. It's a boy and a girl. And you go, don't give me the miracle fucking 1 in a million asshole and try to act like that's the norm.
Yep.
Which is kind of what the Republicans are doing here, because studies show doctors are very successful at sucking a baby out of a vagina.
Sure.
They are. They fail. A baby wins that fucking David and Goliath match less than 1% of the time. Like,
isn't most of it just a pill anymore? Like,
yeah,
they're the vacuum.
there's some fans of old school, but
I mean, there's some, of course, but isn't it just a pill and then you just shit it out, flush it?
I think unless there are some chicks that don't even know they're pregnant until 6 months down the road, and maybe then it's too late. Maybe the pill's not strong enough to murder it, so you gotta
take 2
or 3. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be better than going and getting vacuumed out.
Yeah.
That would suck. Matt Rieger, who sponsored a bill last year that put the measure on the ballot, told the House Judiciary Committee that it would define who Montanans are as a state. This goes right down to, are we going to stand for life or are we going to throw it away? Former Republican State Senator Al Olszewski sponsored a Born Alive bill in 2019 that was later removed. He said the bill would clarify that infants born alive would have legal protections rather than to go after children and families dealing with a tragedy of fetal abnormalities. Congress already passed a law 20 years ago that grants infants born alive the same rights as a person, but did not require care or impose penalties on medical staff.
All right.
So sounds like it's already there in some form. I think, here's my thought, and I'm certainly no expert in this. I don't expect you to be either, but my guess is when you've got an aborted fetus, it's either someone who really didn't want to get pregnant, it was a total accident, they're underage, you know, there's all kinds of factors that go into that. The other side of the abortion is babies that are not going to be healthy. And it's a gut-wrenching, horrible decision for parents to make when they know. I mean, you're talking about a colossal burden, and God bless the people that take on those babies that are going to be forever a problem. And it's, I mean, can you imagine the worry? Like, you expect your kid's going to be self-sustaining at some point. Of
course.
And that's never going to happen. And now
it's not even, I mean, it's also about the child's quality of life too.
Right.
Which is a huge part of that.
So my guess is in the vast majority of these cases, when that baby comes out, what people imagine as a baby is like a healthy, all its toes, all its fingers, crying after it gets smacked baby. And I think in a lot of these cases where it ends up being born anyways, it's probably not what you're normally thinking of as a baby.
I would think it's especially if you tried to abort it, there's got to be some effect of that.
Yeah.
You don't come out of that just unscathed.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, maybe you're bionic and you're better, faster, stronger.
Yeah, maybe.
Coming out, $10 million baby.
Or the parents who push through and say, we're having that baby anyways. You know, this was God's gift to us. And the kid, you know, ends up coming out, doesn't fully die in the womb, ends up being born, and it's, you know, okay, we can try machines and shit to keep this thing alive for a month, 100 days, which happens a lot.
Yeah.
And then they die. So I know it's a heartstrings move by the Republicans here, acting like, because it gives off the impression like, oh, this is just a healthy, normal baby that slipped past the vacuum and knife or the pill, and it's here now, it's awesome. Now let's just fucking drown it.
Yeah.
And that's not really what we're talking about.
No, generally, I would think, not generally, no. And that would be exactly the exception as opposed to the norm.
Yeah. So I hate either side, whether it's the right or the left, doing this kind of argument. You know what you're doing. They're acting like this is separate from abortion.
Well, and
Is
I'd
it
also
really?
like to know if there's something else in that bill.
Some pork?
Yeah, you know, because they all seem to have it.
Yeah.
So that could have been it, but also, you know, whatever, something else that would make people vote that way. I don't know.
LR 131 is the House bill.
Yeah, I'm not going to read it. I don't give a shit. I'm not in Montana.
I know,
I'm not a Montanan.
Montanan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, if it just came up with 6 things in there and you're like, wait a minute.
Right.
You know, no. Dr. Fauci, I am not funding him putting flies to eat the eyeballs of puppies.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not doing that. I care about these half-dead babies, you know, that we need to care for. But no, I'm not giving Fauci more money to eat puppy beagles alive.
We got to know what sandflies do to dogs. It's important.
Do we?
No.
Tooch has had 2 beagles, and I could only think about Casey and Callie every time that goddamn story.
Right.
It's like this dude to see the pictures of these things with their heads in a little hole, and then they just throw these sandflies all over them, and they start eating their face alive, and it's just a pupsy.
Don't forget they got to cut the vocal cords so they don't have to sit there and listen to them cry.
Scream. Yeah. Screaming bloody murders are being eaten alive. That's Dr. Fauci for you, folks. The real Dr. Fauci.
He's science.
Fuck. He's the only science. Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about that one. No. I was really proud of Beth. She literally ended her, like, after hearing that story, she was so fucking done with that guy. She didn't believe shit from him, really.
All right.
Like, the whole mandate shit, like, all of it fell apart. All of it. It was like, he's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
I was like, good girl. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard. We missed you.
I mean, you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. You know, I get that. I don't know what the whole point of that one was, and the ugly side of science, a lot of people can't handle. And that's why it's kept from public for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, that and to weaponize something like that is probably a bit out of context.
Maybe.
But still, it's not a good look.
Well,
And I don't see Fauci in there with the scalpel.
Funded it.
He's
signing off on the check to do that research.
I understand that, but that's in a much broader scope.
If he came out and went, this is the only way we can have steaks in this country is to do this sort of research to know that steaks are safe for human consumption. And then it's like, well, okay, now that you explain it that way, who doesn't love a good filet? Fuck off, Beagles.
Yeah.
But I doubt it. It's probably for some,
I didn't know Bernie was a doctor.
Right. I know. I can't do it. I'd have to listen to way more Fauci, and I can't stomach his fucking New York voice. So it always ends up going into a Vermont Bernie. I apologize, and thank you for calling it out every time it happens. I appreciate it.
I can't get it out of my head every time you say it. Oh, man.
I don't know why. God. Yeah.
Hey, our boy Gabar and the team at Zott Ford and Holly take pride in making buying and leasing new and pre-loved rides simple, fast, fun, and easy. Zott Ford has more inventory now than they've had in almost 2 years, and they get new cars and trucks every single day. So they don't have what you want in stock today. They can tag one that's on its way and get it to you sooner. Plus, Zott's got the deals. For example, you can lease a 22 Ford Edge as low as $242 a month, or a loaded 22 Explorer as low as $297 a month. And they're both in stock and ready to go today. Finally, Zott Ford is still paying top dollar for your trade-in and giving an extra $1,000 for military and first responders. Let's see their inventory and get details at dealsinthed.com.
All right.
Tell them TDC sent you.
Please tell them that. Elon Musk, and a story that'll make you very happy, T.
Yeah?
He's ended remote working for Twitter staff. Working from home.
Hey, listen, I'm not for or against it. My only point was... say, if the company says you have to come back into work, you don't get to cry and go, no, I don't want it.
Was there ever, because I know where you're going to stand on this. There was never an argument like, for my own health and safety, I need to stay home.
No. I've shown that I can do my work from home. Like, okay, don't care.
Yeah.
That's not the deal.
Boss, employee.
Yeah.
Hirer, hiree.
At will employment.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You want to stay home? Perfect. Stay home.
Yeah. Hey, Bill, before you clear out your desk, turns out Janice is going to stay home for you.
Yeah.
Have a seat. There you go, sweet tits. Enjoy. Enjoy working for no one from home.
Exactly.
Yeah, these guys, I love what Elon is doing here in just bulling a China shop with these people. I'm walking in day one and firing half of the global fucking Twitter employees.
Yep.
Sorry. Cry all you want. Make all the fucking videos you want. Put them on YouTube of you crying.
Sure.
And how, because previously what we were seeing out of Twitter employees, them fucking running around talking about how, and they would film themselves in their exclusive coffee machines in the office and, time for basketball out back. Lunch is served from some high-end fucking San Francisco restaurant. Like, that's all they showed. It's another day at Twitter headquarters, and it's them skateboarding around the fucking office. You're like, do you do anything there?
Yeah.
And Elon Musk went,
delete.
No, they don't.
Delete.
Yeah.
Delete.
Sorry. So he says there's going to be difficult times ahead in his first email to staff. He stated there's no way to sugarcoat the economic outlook. The poor forecast will affect an advertising-dependent company such as Twitter. In the email, he also announced, by the way, I'm banning working from home, expecting workers in the office at least 40 hours a week.
Yep.
We're done discussing this.
It's over. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. We're
Well,
done.
and that's probably a smart move to weed out some of the bullshit anyway.
Well, it sounds like these companies have grown so big, so fast, and are so wealthy. They're richer than some countries. Individual fucking, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they are. They're wealthier than other countries' governments.
Yeah.
And so they can hire 10,000 employees and have 8,000 of them doing redundant jobs.
Sure.
And it's just like, oh yeah, I'm here. I'm part of Twitter's social justice global initiative, assistant to the grand wizard of the project. Hi. And it's like, okay. And so Elon's looking at all this shit going, who are these people? Why are we paying these people big salaries?
Yep.
Why do you have 4 people doing the same damn job? And so he's just like, get rid of all of them, which is great because these people have been mocking the rest of the country for way too long now, taking liberties they had no business taking, being the judge and jury and executioner to decide who's been naughty on their platform. what do you think we were all going to forget that you behave that way?
It wouldn't. It seems to me like something like Twitter, which is basically an app.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's all it is. It's just a website, if you will.
Yeah.
And people post things, and it's interactive. That seems pretty self-sufficient. Like sort of just runs itself. I mean, I understand there's other things involved. Like it's not just one guy, like, cashing checks. But
right,
it doesn't seem like that needs to be thousands and thousands of employees to run that.
I think when you're dealing with other governments, we think from an American perspective. We're not used to having free speech fucked with on any level. But most countries around the world, in fact, all countries around the world, except the United States exclusively.
That's what makes us great.
Yeah. No one else has free speech laws, First Amendment laws that we do. Not Canada, nowhere in fucking Europe, nowhere anywhere in the world. Not China, not Russia, nowhere. Nowhere on planet Earth has a First Amendment right to free speech and a free press.
Not in China?
No. Shocker, huh?
Wow. Okay.
No one has it. They can get close. They don't always have to throw, but dude, Google it. Do yourself a favor and Google how many political enemies are in prisons for speech around the world. You'll be shocked to find out there are tens of thousands in Canadian jails. You will. And Eric tried to fight me on this, and I was like, fuck you, look it up. And we found, I think there were like 25,000, for political speech. He was just like, oh, fuck. He had no idea.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
That's not a good look.
No, which is why, Prime Minister Blackface can do what he did with the truckers and shut their banks off and just make wild claims. And, it's different here. But Twitter's global in a lot of respects. Now, you're not going to get it in North Korea.
No.
But you're going to get some version of Facebook, Twitter around the globe. And so for those countries, they have different laws that Twitter needs to abide by. Their laws, if they want to sell advertising to these populations, they have to fucking tweak this stuff. So I imagine there's probably a lot of employees involved in that stuff. And you got to think, too, there's constantly elections going around the world. Constantly somewhere an election is being held.
Yeah.
Take Brazil for right now, and you see the people that don't trust those elections.
Yeah.
By the millions they are on the streets, sidewalk to sidewalk for as far as the fucking eye can see for miles. I mean, insanity. So places like that, people will bitch that Twitter, voices are being oppressed, voices are being uplifted. There's all kinds of issues. So I imagine you need some level of Twitter oversight.
No, but that's the problem. All the people are why that's happening. If it's just an open platform, then you don't have to do that. You don't need all those people. You're not suppressing certain things. You're not promoting certain things.
Yeah, but it's illegal in certain countries.
Well, that's the country's fucking problem, not Twitter's.
Yeah, but they will say, but their argument would be, no. You can't just have fucking United States free speech laws with Twitter and think you're going to pull that shit in China or anywhere in Europe, for that matter. You can't do it. So it comes down to ethics and morals or bottom line. Do you want to make money in China? Do you want to reach 1 billion people in India? Yep. Do you want to reach another billion in China? America only has 330 million people. So they want those fucking billion person. And so that's why Hollywood bends to and blows China over movies that are released with content. Twitter, Facebook, Insta, they're all doing the same thing on some level, because at the end of the day, who gives a shit about their human rights and free speech?
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me, but I want to collect the money we're collecting. It's a weird thing. Usually when a company's big in this country, it's just kind of an American thing. And now this global outreach that we're all seeing with the internet and what it's able to do, it's a different world, and we're all trying to navigate it now. Anyway, going back to this story here, policies mentioned in last night's email. For the record, they are effective immediately. So don't think we'll start this first of the new year. No.
Right now.
Immediately. Yeah. It's the latest warning to his staff just days after he fired almost half the company's global workforce of about 7,500. Twitter had previously established a permanent arrangement with staff members to allow them to work from anywhere, which is really kind of bullshit too, because The reason they make the salaries they make at Twitter and Facebook is because they live in Silicon Valley. They live in San Francisco, which is the highest housing market in America.
Cost of living.
Yeah. So you want to make $500,000 a year and then go, yeah, but I'm going to do it from Pittsburgh. They're going, oh, no. We'll pay you market rate for Pittsburgh. Here's your 120 grand. Fuck off. No. You don't get to work from home in Pittsburgh and collect a Bay Area salary. That's not going to work, which I totally understand that argument.
Why? It's the same job.
Well, the reason you're getting that amount of money is because of the market you're in.
Yeah. So move the fucking company. And you know how much money you could save?
Yeah.
Stupid.
They're going to.
Yeah.
He's going to.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to move it to Austin. He's going to go right down to Texas where he's taking Tesla. Silicon Valley's going to have a rude awakening at some point soon.
Yep.
They really are. You know?
Slit their own throat.
Yep. Musk has also taken away days of rest from Twitter staff calendars.
Take away their safe rooms, too. Safe spaces.
Yeah.
Cry rooms.
This was a monthly company-wide day off. Just a day of rest.
Okay.
I've been looking at tweets all day on my screen. I need a day of rest.
Isn't that Saturday and Sunday?
Shut up, jerk. I need a day of rest. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me, too.
Yeah.
I could go for a day of rest. Anyone else need a day of rest around here? The whole company's like, yeah.
Definitely.
And then they threaten to quit or walk out and picket if management doesn't fold to them. And so, of course, management folds to them, and they all get a fucking Twitter day of rest day off. Musk is like, yeah, no.
We're done with that.
We're done with that. Sorry. If you don't like that, fuck off. Musk is also working on finding and suspending any verified bots, trolls, and spam over the next few days. I think what that is people are fucking with the system and making troll accounts and then paying the $8 to get them verified. I think that's what that's about.
Okay.
And he's going, no, this is not going to fly. We're not doing this. Yeah. You know, Kathy Griffin, I don't know if you saw the story on her the other day.
Yeah, it was her account, but she was pretending to be Elon Musk.
Right. She took his screenshot.
Yeah.
She's got her own check mark, and then she changed the.
Yeah.
Her Twitter handle was the same at Kathy Griffin, but if you didn't pay much attention,
exactly. That's
and who does?
No, exactly. That's one thing that you should change. Whatever your username should be your username, and you should not be able to change it.
Yeah, but I don't mind like Defiant L's or libs of TikTok. You know?
That's okay, but that's fine. But that's it. You can't change it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like you can change you can just change your name on that as whenever you want.
Well, for shows like ours that have had name changes, I sort of understand that. You know, we're not trying to pull shenanigans here.
No,
right?
or you can. I mean, okay, maybe not forever, but you can't just arbitrarily just change it whenever you want.
You can't do what Kathy Griffin did.
You could submit it and be like, "Hey, we want to change the name because of this," and get it approved.
Right?
Perhaps, but.
Well, you know what Kathy Griffin's doing. She's fucking with the system.
Yeah, of course.
And so we slapped her.
Yeah.
Give her a pee-pee slap. And then she logged into her dead mom's account.
Oh, good.
And had to post, it's me, Kathy, from my dead mom's account. I need it back.
Oh, we'll block that one, too.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll suspend that one, too. Oh, that's from a dead person. Better suspend that one.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want that woman voting.
Yes.
We don't want that woman being on Twitter. That's ghostly and weird. So his announcement on all this stuff came hours after he pulled the plug on the new gray official label. So they had like a gray check mark that he'd rolled out and then nuked it like a day later. He believes it's another way of creating a two-class system.
Okay.
The badge was
$8 and the no $8. Is that what it's going to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is not a two-tiered system that wealthy can afford and poor cannot.
Yeah.
Okay. The badge, the gray badge, was reserved for, the likes of me.
Oh.
High-profile accounts, such as media members, outlets, celebrities, the usual of us.
Yes.
But Musk killed it with
the truly verified.
Yeah. Along with being an aesthetic nightmare, the light-colored gray emblem wasn't addressing the fact that there are too many entities that would be considered official or have sort of legacy blue check marks.
All right.
Which I get.
Like you.
Yeah. Really? We got to keep the Mike Walters of the world here with a blue check mark? It's always made me laugh a little
You're
bit.
fading to gray.
No, I think gray's even better.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're some, like...
Yeah, above a blue.
Yeah, I think so. Like, well...
That's right.
Yeah, I think this backfires horribly, by the way. I just think it looks douchey as shit.
I think he's
to admit you're paying $8 a month to have a little check mark next to your name.
I think it's I mean, I can see it to a certain degree, but
why?
I think he's just to make it viable. I mean, if it's something that you want to, I mean, everything is becoming a pay service on some level. It just is. And so if you're going to, it's one way to weed out a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's that.
Don't you think? Here's what I see happening. HBO Max will have a verified account. Burger King will have a verified account. McDonald's and Wendy's and Taco Bell will have verified accounts.
Yeah.
But Bill Mahalski, when he shows up with that, he's going to get peppered with people going, "You fucking douche. You're actually paying $8 to have a little check mark next to your name? Homo." You know what I mean? Unless you're, I mean, I don't even know. Like a celebrity, Johnny Depp, is he really going to fucking pay $8 a month?
No. Well, so maybe nobody pays the $8 a month. What? I mean, is it worth it?
The $8 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no.
Then there you go. Then you answered your own question.
It can be.
Okay. Well,
sort of.
Okay. Well, then you answered your question.
But it still makes it look like it. No, because for 15 years, 10 years, whatever Twitter's been around, you didn't need to do shit. You just needed to be a mildly prominent person.
And how'd that go?
Oh, it's fine, I suppose.
That's where we are right now.
Here's the thing, though. I definitely trust checkmark accounts a little more than others.
Of course.
I just do. It's not because I have a check mark, but I at least know that there's some level of, okay, this person sort of is who they say they are.
Yeah.
You know, where if it's just a straight troll account and I don't want to take the time to dig in and go, oh, this guy's got one follower. You know, why am I getting into an argument with some asshole? Now I got to click on the icon and see, oh, he's from Pittsburgh or Denver and he's got 2 fucking followers. And, you know, I don't need to be arguing with this person.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any reach at all. It's not, but I have to go through a couple steps to do that. So that blue check mark does do that. The other thing it does, as I've talked about, is it puts you to the top of timelines. And so the blue checks come up first. It is a 2-tiered system, though. It is the haves and have-nots.
Sure.
So someone like you couldn't give a shit less, would never pay the $8 a month for that.
Right.
You just never would.
I am 100% Twitter free, and it feels amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe that's the answer.
Yeah. Well,
fuck your $8, fuck your blue check.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not paying it. You think I'm paying it?
I don't mean you specifically. I mean in general.
Well, I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I really do. Unless you've got some.
I think part of this, though, is I think this is all, he's just winging it. It's just literally on the fly. Actually, I saw a little video of Elon today, just random about it. But he was talking about it was his SpaceX thing. And he was so excited, and he was explaining something to like somebody who was interviewing him, whatever, and they're filming him. And he was like, no, he was like, it's all you already have. You don't need a cold gas system because you already have the hot gas system. He goes, that's the beautiful part of it. And the guy who was interviewing him goes, so that's just for the rocket then, or for the booster? And he goes, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh man. He's like, I'm gonna circle back. Literally goes, we're gonna fix that. And then it was like, does this a few months later, and it comes back and he goes, and they're showing them walking in and they're talking about it. He goes, yeah. He goes, it clicked as we were talking about it in my head. Went, oh my god, I have to do this, you know. And it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, you're doing it on the fly. It's not perfect. It's not perfectly planned. Things go sideways a little bit, but you learn and you evolve and you move on. But he just jumped into this thing. It's not his world. It's not his expertise.
Yeah, right? But he's done it time and time again, whether it's PayPal, whether it's SpaceX, whether it's Tesla, whether it's the Boring Company. And Twitter.
Those are also companies that he built.
No.
Why?
No, he bought into Tesla. Early.
Well, okay. Well, you know what I mean.
So he didn't start Tesla.
Start.
Okay, he didn't start PayPal. You know, those he did
and developed. But I'm saying this. But nothing was.
Yes.
He took him to that level. Is my point.
100%.
This is a fully functioning entity already that he's getting involved in.
He's
not
more a master fixer.
Yeah,
and
we'll see.
It's funny. I was listening. I think I told you about it. I think it was Bobby Kelly on with Rogan. and it might have been someone else though, but it was Rogan, who's friends with Elon. He's had him on multiple times on his podcast, and
the infamous smoking weed episode.
Oh yeah, Tesla talks stocks thing. But he was saying, Joe was asked, "Do you believe in aliens?" or something like that, and he was like, "Yeah, if anyone's an alien, it's Elon Musk, like legit."
Yeah,
like he's so much smarter than anyone I've ever even taught. Like I seriously wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't from this planet. I don't know where he's from, but there's just like, why are you talking to me?
Just the way that brain works.
Yeah. It sounds like what you're seeing. Like it clicked with him right there.
Yeah, like right there. And I mean,
it's
literally,
kind of the way he operates.
It was amazing. Like he was so excited about, like, this was the explaining his thing. I don't know the whole story behind it, but, and then it just in that question was like, oh wait, shit, no, I have to do that because of that. And then, but you watched him his brain just fucking like work right there. And he was like, literally just in the interview, he was like, we're going to fix that. And then fast forward a few months, and they're doing it again. And he was like, "Yeah." He goes, "No, now he was like, as soon as you said it, I was like, oh my god, it clicked. Like, I have to do that because of this, this, and this."
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. I like seeing. He seems as real as he can be.
True. I mean,
you know what I mean. Like he's not afraid to mock himself, laugh at himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know. He's not allowed to call bullshit on stuff, which I think a lot of us appreciate.
Yeah.
And I think he's coming from the right place. I know people on the left are fuming right now. Just
of course.
that,
but I do. I think he's genuine. I think his intentions are pure. I really do. Mm-hmm.
And it's a threat to you because he's taking away what has been a platform where you can pass whatever horse shit you want, and then nobody else who doesn't share your views can.
Right.
And it's clear. It's obvious. It is what it is.
Well, I've said this all along, that this whole censorship thing is terrifying, and just because it's going your way right now, everybody's like, no, it's not a problem. Like, okay, it's not always going to be that way.
Yeah,
right.
Another election coming.
Nobody should, and it's not. Yeah, like it should not exist on any level. It just shouldn't.
Not in this country.
It's fundamentally wrong.
It's
just because it's what you believe doesn't make it right.
Right.
And now you're starting to see that script get flipped a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, now everybody like, I thought we had free speech. And you cancel Kathy Griffin. Oh, I see how it is.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, okay. Oh, shoes on the other foot now. Oh, AOC. Oh,
yeah.
It's not okay so much now, is it? No, and I'm not saying that it's okay. But now it's a.
But I've never had a problem with clear violations of Twitter policy when they actually do it. Like, if you're fucking spamming porn, if you're soliciting child porn, kiddie porn stuff, if you're telling everybody to meet here because so and so's going to be there, I'm going to jump him and kill him. You know, like if you're pulling that nonsense. I want Twitter to enforce those rules.
Of course, nobody has any issue with that.
Nobody does.
But that's not how it worked.
Twitter's rules are very clear. What he's trying to prevent, and you want to be a cunt, Kathy Griffin, and throw a stick in the spokes, is what you're trying to do by copying Elon's picture and his verified account and acting like you're him. Impersonation.
That should be a clear
rule
violation.
Number one. That's what he's going after. Bots, people impersonating other people.
False accounts.
The 50,000 people out there that all have the same Trump fucking logo so that, dude, I've been fooled on a couple of those where it's like if you don't pay really close attention, because it's easy to take a picture of the blue check and modify that in your picture so it looks like you're verified when you really aren't. And you've got Donald Trump's thing, and instead of Donald J. Trump, it says Donald R. Trump. You know, how many people are getting into the minutia to find out? And then he says something insane, and you know, people read it, and half of them, for the rest of their life, think Donald Trump said that. So he's trying to cut all that shenanigans bullshit
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, it would. The blue check mark was once a coveted feature for users, but Musk feels it creates a lords and peasants systems for those who have and those who do not have a blue check mark, and believes allowing anyone to sport the check mark is giving the power to the people.
I do believe that. See, again, I'm really on the fence on a lot of this stuff, and that makes all the sense in the world. But everybody's opinion does need to be fucking heard. That's also my opinion.
Right.
so it doesn't need to be heard. I get the irony of that. But, yeah, if you can just suppress all the unchecks and a check mark is the one that's always top, and whatever they say makes it seem more valid and official. And
how? Okay, let me ask you this then, because here's a critic's argument. It's the one you're making. I can totally appreciate it and see it. Critics argue charging people to get a blue badge and other perks that come with it, including verified replies appearing more prominently, will only help those who are able to pay for it and not the platform's authentic users as a whole.
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't have a problem with YouTube going, you can watch for free. You can. We're going to make you watch 10, 15-second ads, though. Mm-hmm. Is that unfair to people that can't afford to pay $10 a month for YouTube?
No.
Or is that just a business plan that's going to make some money? This is how we make money.
That is. The only difference is, but that's not necessarily apples to apples. Because you're able to watch the same content, you just have to watch a few ads to it. There aren't things that you're not able to see or comment on, or it's not.
Who's saying they're going to do that you can't comment on things?
No. That's on. If your comment gets buried in stuff, things like that. If you're unverified and you say it's still there, but if it's suppressed under every other check mark and will never be seen, it's just buried in the peasants down below.
Right.
Nobody gives a shit. So I don't know what the answer is. I really don't.
There's a problem either way.
There's a problem either way.
There's a problem. Here's why I see that as a problem. If you allow people to buy verification.
Yes.
And I get that too. It's like, I want a blue check. Who wouldn't want a blue check? It's a coveted thing. I understand that. But it takes away what was, and I very loosely, I'll be clear, some sort of prominence to who this person is. Like it started out with like high-end A-list celebrities.
Yeah.
And the reason was
so people couldn't just pretend to be
Jennifer Aniston or Brad Pitt.
Yes.
And so it was like,
I get the protection to that.
Yeah, totally.
Makes all the sense in the world.
Yes. And you don't want someone impersonating you. It's too easy to do. So you get that blue check mark and it's like, okay, what Twitter's telling us is they did their basic due diligence. And what that means is Jennifer Aniston's publicist went to Twitter and went, look, here's Jen's ID. It's her. Can you give her a check mark so that her fans know when a statement comes from this account, it's her? I think it's abused. There's way more blue checks now, and people would say that about me. Someone like me should not be prominently featured as like a celebrity would. And I could say that about a shit ton of comics, DJs in radio that are verified. It's like,
no, you
don't need to verify.
Here's the fundamental difference on that. Verification should not equal preference. Like just because you have, so the blue check, here's the difference. If you have a blue check that verifies and proves that you are who you are, okay, that should be enough. You shouldn't be pinned to the top. You shouldn't get any preference because of that.
Well, you're mixing two things.
No, I'm not.
No, not you.
No, I know.
Not you.
But I'm not. So what I'm saying is that you can have both. So what you have is a verification process to have a blue check, okay, to show that it's really you. But you don't get any other benefit from that other than just a check.
Okay.
And if you want to go to and then put a filter option in the comment section for verified and unverified. See all, see verified, see unverified. So it is what it is. If you want to just see the blue checks, you can filter it that way. But you're just going to be in line with everybody else. Now, if some swinging dick that doesn't have a check mark says something, you can pay attention to it or not.
Right. Here's where I think you run into a small problem. By having Twitter verify someone, it meant they were either a media member or a celebrity. We know what that is.
Yeah.
And so by having those float to the top, it's like if I make a post and Ricky Gervais likes it or, God forbid, comments on it, hell yeah, I want to know that. So what you're trying to avoid, I think, is, and where you're going to run into a problem at the same time, is I don't give a shit what Bill Mahalski with a blue check thinks, and I don't want him at the top of my shit and miss out that Ricky Gervais wrote back to me. You see that? Like, that's where the way it was done before, it was like, okay, if these prominent celebrities, I'm not talking about fucking F-list celebrities like
the ego is
podcasts.
so fucking disgusting.
Dude,
That's the point of it. Not you. I'm just saying that's the whole point of it. Is that it's not doesn't make it any more valid. It's just status.
Of course.
That's disgusting.
It is, dude.
That's
Welcome to the world. Welcome to America.
That's what's wrong with all of it.
I understand, but you can understand. And here's the other thing. What we deal with is mostly, if I haven't posted on Twitter in 2 fucking years, right? At all. So, but when I did, maybe I'd get 12 comments. For some of these people, they get 20,000 comments.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay.
And believe me, the ones that get 20,000 comments don't give a fuck about what they are.
They do, because they always comment back to the verified accounts. They always comment back to the celebrities that do it. They might not do it to every verified account, but they'll do it to the prominent ones.
The fucking pathetic ego that strokes that
yes.
thing.
But that's the reality of it.
That's the problem with it.
So how do you fix that, though?
You don't make it preference. Or it's so fine. You can have the individual preference on your account.
You can have what?
You can prioritize that on your account. If you want to, when they're all the comments, you can filter it that way so the check marks go to the front.
Yeah.
But it's not a universal thing. It's not that difficult.
I think you're going to run into a real problem. No, I think you're going to find
I'm not confusing two things. You are.
No.
You're
I'm not saying
verification. I'm saying our conversation.
Both sides of that argument
verification and preferential treatment are two different things. Verifying someone's identity is one thing, to show that they're not a bot, that they're a real person, and all that. But a real person and a listen, most celebrities are fucking douchebags.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Fuck them and their blue check right up their fucking douche ass.
Yeah.
So, but it's just because it's the ego. It's the fact that it was a blue check that fucking retweeted my stuff is disgusting, and everything that's fucking wrong with it.
Yeah.
And blow it up.
But it's also how people get ahead.
Oh, well.
Dude, look,
okay.
I'm just trying to play by the rules that others have established. I didn't make these rules. I'm just telling you, if you get someone like Dave Chappelle to comment on your shit, all of a sudden your tweet is in the press, and now you get tens of thousands of people following you. It ups your profile. Like, there's a lot that goes to having.
Okay, but so what? So, hold on. So explain to me how, so you put something out there, Dave Chappelle responds to it.
Mm-hmm.
So he responded regardless, right? I mean, like Dave Chappelle responded to your tweet.
Yeah.
Okay? That happened. Mm-hmm. That's a thing. That's already there.
Yeah.
Okay? So what, it just has to be it has to stay as the top comment? What I'm saying
no,
is
it doesn't necessarily stay as the top comment.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying.
But if Dave Chappelle unverified says something, people don't know that it's Dave Chappelle for real.
Okay.
And Dave Chappelle sure as fuck is not spending $8 on Twitter.
This is what I'm saying. That verification and preferential treatment are not the same thing. Verify people. Make sure that it's there. But that doesn't mean you can get the blue check however you want to do it and verify who you are, but it doesn't stay pinned to the top. It doesn't leap all the other fucking unchecked things.
Yeah.
You have to keep it fucking balanced.
That was the way they set it up. I understand why. I get it. I get how celebrity culture works. I'm not deaf, dumb, and blind to go, okay, I understand why Twitter would go, you know what? We're going to feature a verified Ricky Gervais retweet more than Bill Mahalski's unverified one. I understand that. I'm not saying it's right. I was 100% with you when it was like, Twitter should open up, because they've already established this, that you don't have to pay for it. You just have to prove who you were. So I was all for it. Yeah. Absolutely. Troy, take a picture of your ID, send it to Twitter, and within a month, they'll give you that blue check.
But I didn't have 3 news articles about me, so I couldn't
No, the new one. What I thought he was going to do, Elon Musk, was going to let people show ID. And then if you want to go, look, the world's not fair. So guess what? Rich people get more shit than you do. Sorry. I'd love to drive a Tesla too. But you know what? I'm going to drive a fucking beater because that's all I can drive. It doesn't mean the world's totally unfair, right? I'd like to have a fucking,
But that's what you're doing. That's what you're catering to. That's what you're perpetuating.
No, what I'm saying is we should probably end this argument anyways. But for Twitter,
I think it's great.
It used to just be an automatic thing that certain people got. I was all for verify it. Troy Courtney's got a blue check next to his fucking name. I don't care if he's a celebrity or not. It's irrelevant to me. All that means is he's a real person.
Yep.
He's not a Russian bot. He's not a troll farm thing. That means he showed his Michigan driver's license to Twitter and they went, yep, Troy Courtney's who he says he is.
Yeah.
We'll verify him. I'm all for that. I think at some point, celebrities do not matter more than anybody else. They just don't. In fact, usually they're way fucking dumber than most people. But that I can't ignore the fact that celebrity culture exists to such a grotesque level like it does in this country that it matters. And so they're going to have to find a new system then to rise these fucking people above everybody that just bought a blue check. They're going to have to.
Okay.
Because the celebrities ain't going to do it. It's going to be too douchey.
Well, then nothing's going to, well, that's fine, but then nothing's ever going to change, so what's the point?
Well,
If you're just going to keep doing the same thing just under a new set of rules, then nothing's going to change. So
here's how I would fix Twitter.
Okay.
I had this idea 10 years ago for Twitter. And you can pay to get around this, just like you can with YouTube. If you don't want to watch ads, you can pay 10, 12, $15 a month and not get ads. It's awesome. It's a YouTube experience like you can't believe when you do it. I'm just telling you for what it's worth. I thought, do the verify everybody. And if you want to pay to not see those ads, fine. But you can take something on Twitter like this, Libs of TikTok, and have that tweet right there, and have a fucking like a fuzzy Pepsi logo over it.
Okay.
And so I want to know what Libs of TikTok is doing. There's not many that I'm going to follow, but the ones that I do, I'm willing to watch a 5-second Pepsi commercial to get to that tweet.
Okay.
That's an easy way to do it where we can all, okay, I want to see that. Oh, that looks like a cool headline from the Detroit Free Press. Shit, I got to watch a Whitmer for Governor commercial to read the article. And I could do that. I could deal with that.
But that doesn't change the blue check issue at all. That's just
but it's a way to make money.
Income.
It's a way to make money without having to do this haves and haves not thing, where you can still verify whoever you want.
No, the whole point of what you're doing is the haves and the have-nots.
Why?
Of the blue check.
No. I'm saying do the blue check for free. Just show me your ID and give them a blue check. And then if you want to put ads, make me watch an ad.
Yeah.
I could pay to avoid it or not.
Listen, I'm not supporting the $8 check.
Yeah, me either.
I don't
think it'll work.
I've never said that at all. That's not my point. My point is that it shouldn't, just because somebody fucking, their job, we all have fucking jobs, just because theirs is to go read somebody else's fucking words and pretend to cry, shouldn't make their fucking good, especially when they're so goddamn disconnected from fucking reality as it is,
100%.
Should absolutely not make that opinion worth one iota more than anybody else. Now, I'm not saying that theirs is worse than some dickhead that's just going to go out and troll people. And I understand the validity of those being celebrities and higher profile people, that they're not going to be the ones out trolling people and doing stupid shit and pretending to be somebody else. That's not lost on me either.
Griffin.
Well,
there's always an
overall.
There's
exactly.
Yeah,
but,
I know what you mean.
Right. And I don't have the answer, but I think the blue check as is, like I said, verification is one thing. The preferential treatment is another.
Yeah.
Right? Just being verified of who you are. So fine, if you want to have a blue check for every swinging dick, but it's a purple check if you're a big swinging dick. Then okay, however you want that to be.
Well, it's a meritocracy, man. Some have more than others. That's the reality. And
what does that have to do with your opinion?
Well, I think I want to know, when I'm going through Twitter and I see Dan Orlovsky come up in my timeline.
Sure.
And he's breaking down film. I want to know that that's really Dan Orlovsky, and it's easy for me to know that.
So make a way to do that.
Yeah, that's ideal. I don't know how you do that.
I mean to know that there's got to be ways. And it's like I said, this is in the infancy stages. I think he's going to stumble and fall multiple times.
Probably.
But I think overall he's going to get up and run with this thing. Yeah. He's just swinging from the hip right now. He doesn't, trying to make this work, trying to figure out how it's going to go. You know, $8 is a weird arbitrary number anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
and now it's
surprised-
$7.99.
I was going to say, I'm surprised it's not $4.20.
Yeah.
For Grimes.
And honestly, he must really think there's not a way to make money on this. This was the knock on Twitter early in Twitter's infancy.
Yeah.
There's not a way to monetize this, really. So the best way, in my opinion, was to verify anybody that wanted it, because then you weed out all the nonsense, trolls, bots, fake people, all those things that really fuck with what Twitter is.
Right.
To weed them out, great. Let Troy show his ID and get a blue check. Who cares?
Right.
I would have been
And
all
that's fine
for
because
that.
exactly. Listen, the difference between me with a blue check, Bill Mahalski with a blue check, and Dave Chappelle with a blue check is that only one name is known, right?
Right.
So it doesn't matter. So if you see, it doesn't matter if I have a blue check. It doesn't matter if Ricky Gervais and I both comment on your thing. You don't go, oh, who's Troy Courtney? What the fuck's this guy? No, you go, holy shit, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't make my opinion any different or my comment any less valid.
No.
I could blow fucking Ricky Gervais out of the goddamn water
Yeah.
with what I have to say.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
because he's Ricky Gervais, somehow he's more important.
Yeah.
Because that's the fucking moat of it. That's the
Yeah.
cesspool of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that let's be real. That's what it is.
Do you give any validity? I know you're a tough case, because I get both sides of the argument. I think you're minimizing the importance of these people in America. Not to me.
But see, that's the problem.
but-
Am I minimizing it or are you maximizing it?
No. I'm just being real.
Well, no,
I'm
that's-
speaking in reality.
That's why we're in a fucking Kardashian world.
Right, true. And I
that-
hate that as much as you do.
Okay.
But at the same time, there was an easy process for being able to follow the real Tom Brady or the real Dan Orlovsky or
Sure.
the real
Yeah.
Michigan
And I
State University,
support
whatever you
that
want.
100%. That a person is a real person. That's it. That's all I care
But
about.
when all those blue checks drop off
Mm-hmm.
and those celebrities, out of spite alone, go,
Yep.
the fuck? You should be paying me $1 million a year to be on your stupid site. You think I'm paying you $8 a month? Fuck off.
Okay.
So now all these blue checks drop off, including yours truly.
Okay.
When they all drop off in a month, now, unless Elon's got a real fucking handle on bots and fake accounts, you won't know. It'll be too easy to create 50 Tom Brady accounts and have them all saying whatever. And you don't have that blue check verification that I always knew. That's Tom Brady. I know what Tom Brady is thinking here. And Tom Brady's got some great shit. And,
The best thing that could happen
blow the whole thing up.
is that it goes down in flames
Yeah.
and disappears.
Maybe.
It really
It
is.
probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate and fine. I don't use it.
Yep.
I'm not active in it. I go on there occasionally. I have certain things, but I'm certainly not active by any stretch.
I read a lot on there.
Okay.
News stuff.
And that's fine.
I comment on almost nothing. I like nothing.
But
I
there's
retweet
nothing. There's nothing there that is unique. It's just an avenue for stuff to be put out. That's
Right.
it, and that's what it is. The town square.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's been used and abused and put away wet,
Yeah.
and it has to be fixed because it does more harm than good.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, it's blown a lot of people up into thinking that their shit doesn't stink and they can do whatever they want and
Sure.
think they're really important.
Yeah.
It's
And it's not even a side
and it
thing.
rewards shitty behavior. More than anything, it really
Exactly right.
rewards shitty
It's-
behavior.
Yes. it
Which
is.
we need a lot less of.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. And I believe there's something along the lines of don't worship false idols.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those fucking people.
And if you're one of the people responsible for making Cash Me Outside girl worth $50 million,
Yeah.
you're an asshole.
Hey, but you know what? Even that, I can respect because that's a voluntary thing. People want to fucking pay her the money for whatever reason. I get it. I don't get it, but I get it. They paid her because they wanted to.
Yeah, but the fact that she was ever put there in the first place as a 15-year-old cunt.
Hey, that's a whole.
You know?
Take that up with Phil.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, this part of the show is brought to you by The Party Pub. If you want to impress everyone at your grad party, wedding reception, poker night, MMA viewing party, or for any other reason, you need to contact The Party Pub. It's a massive inflatable pub that can be set up wherever you choose. And they also have all the best party games, beanbag toss, badminton, axe throwing, and more. Call Jeff El Jefe at 586-524-6701 or visit thepartypubrentals.com and take your event to the next level.
I don't want to get
Whole nother level.
I don't want to get pissy and whiny.
Oh, no. Well,
British Airwaves.
Airways?
Yeah, not
Okay.
Airwaves. Yeah, British Airways. Will allow male pilots to wear makeup, carry handbags.
and I don't give a shit. Fly the plane. Gives a fuck.
Oh, no. I have a much different take than that.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm sorry.
No. Not surprised.
Fuck off.
No. But I mean, again, I fly the
So
plane. Listen, if the best pilot in the world wanted to wear a fucking thong and a wig, you wouldn't want him flying your plane?
No.
You're the problem, buddy.
I'm not the
You're the
problem.
problem.
I'm not the problem.
You're the problem.
I'm not the problem.
Yeah.
If I walk onto a plane and there's a dude with a beard and clown makeup having a fucking handbag and high heels, I'm going to go, yeah, I'm going to take the next one. Thanks.
Okay.
This person seems a little mentally unstable to me. I'm going to wait for the next bus.
And if they're the best pilot in the world?
How am I supposed to know they're the best pilot in the world?
You're assuming they're not.
Yeah. You're assuming they are?
I'm not assuming they are. You're assuming they're not.
Yeah.
They're a pilot. They're
I'm
good
assuming
enough.
they might be a little mentally off, just a hair.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like a real professional business attire for a pilot flying 350 souls across the country.
You could say Elon Musk is a bit mentally off.
Yeah, he is. I don't want him flying my plane either.
All right. Yeah. You want him running your Twitter, though.
Oh, yeah.
Giving you
I don't give a
check.
shit about Twitter. Twitter can burn in hell for all I care.
Okay.
I have to fly across the country quite often.
All right.
So, yeah, it'd be a little weird for me.
Fair enough.
But you're cool with that? That's fine. You're more woke than me, Troy.
Yeah, that's me. I'm super woke.
Airline bosses told staff in an internal memo yesterday, be bold, be proud, be yourself, and said they hoped the refreshed guidance would be embraced by everyone. That's
No, not
not
everyone.
That's not going to happen.
No, not everyone.
No,
no,
not
no.
everyone's
There's going to be a
gonna
little pushback on that. It's not lost on me.
They want this to be embraced by everyone, regardless of gender identity, ethnicity, background, culture, sexual identity, or otherwise. Here's one of the main reasons I have a problem with this too, is because they aren't dying to go down this road.
they're being
Virgin Atlantic did something similar, like in September.
Okay.
So now there's a cry, like, why didn't you?
Why didn't you do? Yeah. Right.
So it feels more forced than anything. Like they didn't just wake up one day going,
But-
what's the best business model for British Airways?
Well-
I don't know. Let's let men wear makeup and heels. Cool.
All right, but why? Why shouldn't they be allowed to?
Why shouldn't they be allowed to wear thongs and a bra?
Well, there's a dress code. They have to wear the uniform. They have to
why
wear
do
the
they need
appropriate
that?
uniform.
Wait, I thought it was.
No.
I thought it was be bold, be proud, be yourself. What if my authentic self only lives in high heels, thongs, and bras as a guy?
Well, no. I mean, there's a uniform. You don't get weird. I mean,
No,
there's an official uniform of a pilot.
You're telling me don't get weird?
Yeah, you have. I mean, there's stewardesses wear their uniforms. The pilots wear their uniforms. Those are standard uniforms of what they have to wear. You don't get to just wear whatever you want in that position.
What about the giant titty fucking shop teacher and wherever?
Okay, but he's still wearing clothes. Okay, so if your pilot has
What's wrong with thong and bra? That's
not the
clothes.
standard uniform. So if you want to wear
But
makeup
it
and a
totally
wig,
goes against be bold, be proud, be yourself.
no.
No?
No.
Am I missing that?
Yeah, if somebody wants to wear a wig and makeup and feel like a woman, then okay, right? I mean, you don't have to love it. You don't have to do it. I'm just saying, I'm not going to judge the person's ability based on that. I'm not going to say.
I didn't judge their
You
ability.
did. You said they're fucking crazy and they're not going to fly my
Well,
plane.
I think it calls into question their mental level.
So
If you can't be professional enough, so what? Okay, so your pilot shows up in full D. Snyder. Full D. Snyder. You jumping on that plane going, yeah, it totally seems normal. Couldn't possibly be anything unstable about this.
But somebody that's not wearing anything is automatically stable?
No, of course not. Not automatically.
Okay. Well, then somebody that's dressed like
Sounds
that's not
like-
automatically crazy.
Sounds like they're looking for attention on some level that a pilot doesn't need.
Okay.
Pilot is I don't know.
Lucky
man.
for you, they're behind the door. You don't have to look at them.
Yeah.
What was
No,
describe
they
your last
usually-
pilot.
Oh, I could absolutely could.
Half the time when you walk in,
When you walk in, they're standing there shaking your hand, and when I
not
leave,
always.
they're always on my flights. When I leave and when I come on, not always when I come on. When I leave,
stewardesses are.
No. The pilot's there too when I deplane.
A lot of times.
For sure. Yeah.
I fist bumped a lot of times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice job.
So let's see. British Airways was said to be nearing the end of a review of its longstanding uniform policy after rival Virgin Atlantic announced it was making its traditional male and female uniform gender neutral. I don't really have a problem with that, I suppose.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's they probably goes back to the birth of flight, and it's like women wear some skimpy skirt shit,
right.
and guys can wear a comfortable slack and polo shirt,
right.
where the chick's constantly fucking, So I get that. Its uniform guidelines have traditionally been divided by gender, but recently has tried to modernize its image. Last year, they dropped ladies and gentlemen in announcements.
Okay.
Yeah. In a bid to make all customers feel welcome. Oh, were the animals complaining?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
I'm non-binary. You didn't address me.
So that's the cubbyhole right there, non-binary, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're a man who identifies as a woman, you're not going to be offended by ladies and gentlemen.
You should be flattered.
Yeah.
I called you a lady.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Just a lady.
So the only people this would affect is a gender non-conforming person who doesn't acknowledge gender. So that's who we're changing all the announcements for.
Yeah.
Because that's happening a lot.
And that's the exception as opposed to the rule. So that's where we're changing all the rules for the...
Exactly.
Yeah. And I don't agree with that necessarily either. I am for being more inclusive, right? But not changing the rules 180 degrees for it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm all for, not, ladies and gentlemen, okay, if that's somehow antiquated, I'm not offended that they don't say ladies and gentlemen. Like, oh my God, didn't call me a gentleman. Well, welcome aboard, passengers.
The only reason I would be offended is because of the reason they've decided not to do it,
but,
right?
But,
that's the only reason.
I know, but I mean, that's sadly, that's still where we're going.
See,
I mean, it's not going to get better or worse before it gets better, or better before it gets worse, whichever way you want to look at it.
Well, I'd be less offended if and I swear to God,
ladies, gentlemen, and others,
gender non-conforming people, welcome aboard.
At all.
I would be less offended by that because that's what you're talking about. Gender non-conforming people. So if they went, ladies, gentlemen, and gender non-conforming people, welcome aboard British Airways.
How about welcome aboard, passengers, and just be all encompassing and nondescript.
That's what they're doing essentially,
But
because it feels
you'd be
like
less offended by ladies, gentlemen, and non-gender conforming passengers
Yes.
than just than passengers.
Yeah. Because of the reason that they're doing it. It feels like people are being strong-armed to change.
Why do you think they're doing it to say non-gender conforming passengers?
Because non-gender conforming passengers exist. Just like ladies and gentlemen exist.
Yeah, well, are you just
so
gonna-
if you want to do that, I'm saying you have ladies, gentlemen, and gender non-conforming. Someone that doesn't think they're A or B. So I guess, no, someone identifies as a furry. Welcome aboard, furries.
That's what I said. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah,
If you're
it
going to
is.
start
No
adding
offense.
everybody doesn't follow in that line. So I'm saying is instead of being more specific, be less specific. Be more inclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, or I'm sorry, passengers, welcome aboard. I'm saying instead of ladies and gentlemen, just say passengers, welcome aboard.
That's essentially what they're doing. It just seems like, okay, every day we could do a dozen stories where another company is falling in lockstep to this absolute pressure, strong arm move to forced to be into doing what 99.9% of all of us don't agree with, don't acknowledge.
Well, I definitely wouldn't say that number.
Yeah.
But listen,
You know what I mean, though. The vast majority.
I have no problem giving more rights, acknowledgement, whatever to others, as long as it doesn't take away from anyone else. Okay.
Well, what rights does someone not have?
Well, that's my point. So I don't understand why does it affect you if it doesn't change anything in your life? Why does it so affect you?
Because I don't think it ever ends. I don't think you'll ever make these people happy.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So this is my argument.
Yeah.
You're never going to please these people.
Yeah.
When they run out of targets, they target each other. They're never happy. They're never satisfied. They're career antagonists and firebombers. And I think the worst thing as a society we can do is keep bending over backwards to every day when they come up with a new identity or they come up with a new fucking letter or they come up with whatever.
I think I just think that you're using this as an example. I think what you're missing is the bigger picture of evolving as time goes on. Companies, people, societies.
You think I don't understand evolving?
Well, I don't know. You want to stick with.
So how many things need to get changed and reworded and reworked? How many definitions need to change in the dictionary before you go, all right? You don't get to just change the definition of racism. Well, you don't get to do that.
They were fucking stewardesses before. Now they're
whores.
Yeah, okay, but that changed.
Wait. Oh, stewards and.
Stewardesses.
Well, they didn't used to have guys there. Okay. Now gay guys are constantly in there. Stewards.
Okay,
they're great. They're fine.
But if that's the way it always was, and you just call them stewardesses, is that fine?
Wait, stewards? You mean?
Yeah.
Or yeah, I call them stewards.
I understand that. What I'm saying, no, they used to be stewardesses.
Yeah.
Now they're not called that anymore.
They're not. Well, we call them air waitresses, but I think they're still stewardesses.
No. There's something else. That changed. And this is an example. There's a million examples of it, of just evolution, of it changing and evolving.
Cabin crew?
No, it's something else. Whatever. Something was deemed wrong, and they changed it. They changed it years ago. This wasn't about a trans thing. This was whatever. It was just a respect thing, and it changed and it evolved. And I can't think exactly what the terminology is, but it's there. So, but my point is that was just part of the progression.
Yeah.
Okay? But you can't just say, well, it was fine before. That's what it is. They're still women. They're still in the fucking thing. So there's stewardesses. There'll always be stewardesses. Well, no, it's just part of the progress. Right? And I'm not a huge. I don't want to kowtow to all these fucking
Sounds
crazy
like you
demands.
do a little bit. Little bit.
What I'm saying is that everybody evolve or die. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think this is an evolve or die moment. How many genders do you want to come up with? 73 is not enough?
No, I think it's bullshit.
We need 80?
No, I don't think there's
100, 1,000?
Then don't. Okay, well then why aren't you hard fast and saying it's ladies and gentlemen? That's it. That's it. That's all it's ever going to be. That's all it's ever was. That's how it's going to be forever.
Because ladies and gentlemen exist by going, oh, we're not allowed to say. Dude, do you understand? You're not allowed to say mom and dad in some of these schools anymore, right? So we getting a little further down the road than you're comfortable with? At what point do we go, okay, fuck you people. I have a mom and dad. I understand you have two moms. Guess what? Good for you. Huh? So I have a mother and a father. We don't take mother and father out of our lingo. Wait, why do we have to change manhole cover or Goldman Sachs?
I don't agree with any of that.
At what point do you go, fuck, man? So fine, you want to add something to it, gender nonconforming? Seems like that's the only one, unless we're identifying people that identify as cats. But God knows where we're going. So, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone on the alphabet spectrum, welcome aboard Bridge Share Lane.
So why
fine, you added them. You didn't take away something that existed for 1,000 years, though. Right. That's the thing.
Why can't a pilot fly in a wig?
I suppose he can. No. As long as I don't have to see him.
Okay.
He could be doing somersaults up there.
That's
what
your
do I
option.
give a shit?
If you walk in and it's a black pilot, you're like, nope, and just turn around and walk away.
Well, I would never do that.
I don't know.
What if you walk in and there's a female pilot?
Well, I mean, obviously. Let's not get fucking crazy.
Jesus, slow down. Jesus, how woke are we going to get here, T?
I'd order a drink.
I'd order one for the whole plane.
Oh, Sky Waitress, there you are. I'll have a double Jack and Coke, please.
She's got the hat with the wings on it and everything. Like, really, fucker? I said vodka and cranberry, ma'am. Are you deaf?
Oh. Yeah, boy.
All right, let's see. Okay. Getting back to this. I love this argument. That's fun. I know you're fucking with me, and I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's fun. Male pilots, they want all customers to feel welcome. I understand every business should want all their customers to feel welcome. I get that. Male pilots and cabin crew have been told they can wear a touch of mascara. Okay. Go crazy.
Let's not get. There's no full D. Snyder here, right?
Yeah, they've got a picture of D. Snyder.
We're not going drag queen bingo here. Let's just, if you want to touch it up and fucking Highlight those cheeks a little bit.
Yeah.
Accentuate those cheekbones.
You want to look like you're blushing a bit? Fine. They've just got a circle slash over D. Snyder, Twisted Sister. No.
We're not doing this.
No, not yet anyways. Give us a few months. Can we introduce most of you guys with a little rouge on first?
We're going to let
before we go
Virgin
full?
Atlantic take care of this first, and then we'll follow suit.
Follow suit a year later after you won't stop bitching about it. They can wear a touch of mascara and lip color. I can't believe I'm reading this out of a news article about male pilots.
Is there? Do female pilots have a list of requirements on what the makeup they can wear is? I would think
Like
it should
there's
be
female pilots.
or whatever they're.
I don't know. It's probably they're trying to make it the same for everybody.
Yes.
So my guess is,
I'm not worried that like every pilot's going to come out and fucking drag, right?
No,
But if there's a couple out there that are more comfortable doing it and want to do it, okay, don't crash the fucking plane.
do you think it's different if you have a woman pilot and she's like, no, I'm not. Hold on.
Just stop it.
Okay, you have a woman sky waitress.
Okay.
Does that make you feel better? Jesus Christ. Your plane's not going down. She drops her lipstick thing and just fucking the whole plane just nosedives. No, if you've got a woman that's...
Tell me you love me or I'll crash this fucking thing. You say it. You say it.
You say it like you mean it. Say it like you mean it. Oh, you don't want to tell me her name, really? You think I'm that stupid? I will crash this plane right into the
Could you
fucking
imagine
desert.
in fucking as you're taking off? So who's Karen?
Want to explain this text from, is it Lisa? As she's fucking cruising down the runway. Would you care to explain who this fucking bitch is? We get a 4-hour argument in the cockpit. Holy shit. Would you see a difference if you had, just for argument's sake,
Why not?
say there was a woman pilot?
All right, okay.
I know, it's
yes.
hilarious.
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically, like in a perfect world, like an amazing world where, you know.
All the male pilots were dead.
Yeah. We trained one woman how to fly a plane. Ladies were kidding. But if she went, you know what? No, I'm not wearing makeup. I think it's a clown show. Women shouldn't need to put lipstick on to make their fucking lips look like a vagina to entice men. They shouldn't have to wear eyeliner and lashes. I'm not doing it.
Natural beauty. God
Natural
bless.
beauty. Would you have a problem with that?
Of course not.
Of course not.
No.
Do you think there's a difference between a woman saying, I'm not wearing all that shit, I'm not comfortable wearing that face shit?
No, it's not a requirement.
Versus the male pilot coming out looking like D. Snyder.
No.
You don't think there's any difference to that?
No. It's a personal choice.
Yeah. But isn't part of like your as a business?
It's not like they say, okay, women you have to wear makeup and men you can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, but don't you think part of what you're doing as a business is to make customers feel comfortable in your in this place? Like, and there's a way to do that by going, you know what? There's a minimum dress code we have. Don't go crazy this way. Don't go crazy that way. It's in the best interest because you know what? If someone has the choice to fly British American or Delta and British has this rule, there are going to be people, customers of theirs that go, you know what? Like to each their own. I don't care if you're walking down the street in fucking Detroit wearing that, but have a little respect for the position. It's a little weird. Well, you can admit it's a little weird.
To that point.
And some...
The people that will not, there will be people that won't fly because of that.
Yeah.
And there will be people that will fly because of that.
Which number do you think is greater?
Based on what I just saw in the midterms, I don't know.
True.
I don't know.
I'm
starting to think that you're the dinosaur. I mean, we're the dinosaur.
Yeah.
You're the dinosaur.
I wouldn't get off the plane, probably, by the way.
Right. I mean, would I fucking point and laugh? Of course.
Well,
Let's not be crazy.
Well, that gets you federally arrested and kicked off the plane for a hate crime.
Over it. Yes, of course.
Now you're going to jail for that. Because it can't be made fun of, no matter how they dress.
Not to his face.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Just to me sitting next to you. Jesus Christ. See D. Snyder pilot on the plane? Holy fuck.
Yes,
I thought it was weird when Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden became a pilot. Apparently D. Snyder's one too now.
Just giving these out to anybody. I heard there's women now.
So, Jesus Christ, what's next? Oh my God, is that a Shih Tzu flying the plane?
Would you rather have a man dressed like a woman or a woman?
Okay. If my only choices are a fake woman flying a plane or a real woman flying a plane, sorry, ladies, I really am. But I'm going with
Welcome
the fake
aboard, Captain Snyder. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Captain D. Snyder. Me flying at 3,000 feet.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I think we've probably pissed off enough people.
Yeah, that's okay. By the way, they can wear false eyelashes and paint their nails, too.
All right. Good enough.
Hairstyles have been eased, meaning men can now wear man buns, and all staff may now wear a handbag, regardless of their sex or gender. I just want to finish this story.
Sure.
Yeah, and part of me, you know, the whole
It's not a purse, it's a satchel.
satchel.
Indiana
Nah,
Jones has one.
Yeah, yeah. How about we stick to letting our rock stars wear makeup for shock or rebellious reasons? Like that, I'm comfortable with that. Pilots, there's just... Call me old-fashioned, call me a dinosaur, but it's like I can get behind every Steven Tyler in the world wearing fucking sashes and makeup.
Okay.
Fine with it. They're rebelling against something. They're going against the norm on purpose. They're dressing like women.
Or is
they're
it
wearing
this-
crazy
Or is
hair.
that just what they want to do? Or is that they're more
No,
comfortable that way?
of course they're rebelling, especially when they're younger. When Vince, I mean, I've watched thousands of interviews with Motley Crue. They knew exactly what they were doing when they used the pentagram and they dressed the way they did, had songs titled the way they did. They knew what they were doing. They were pushing society's buttons. They were rebelling against
And
shit.
they created this generation.
In part. Yeah, they were cool to a 12-year-old me.
Right.
They were very, 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 very cool and rebellious.
Yeah.
I don't want that on my pilots. Call me crazy.
You're crazy.
I'm in the minority, I know. Okay. Let's see, a spokesperson. We're proud of our colleagues at British Airways. Are committed to an inclusive work environment. We've worked with our people to create updated guidelines for grooming, beauty, and accessories, allowing...
Grooming?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Full bush.
Holy shit, you can't do that anymore.
No?
You can't even say it anymore.
What?
Grooming.
No? Oh, yeah, that's right. Jesus Christ.
How'd that get by you?
I don't know. Good one. Yeah. Guidelines for grooming. I'm assuming they're talking about children, obviously.
The Young Pilots Program.
Allowing our colleagues...
Come on in my cockpit.
I already did. How about you come in my cockpit this time? Allowing our colleagues to bring the best, most authentic version of themselves to work every day. Virgin Atlantic updated its uniform policy to remove gendered clothing requirements in September. Staff, including plane crew and pilots, may choose which uniform they wear. The company's red option, previously most commonly worn by female flight attendants. I'm assuming that's in case they're on the rag and they bleed out all over their shit.
Okay,
They
yeah.
would red. I'm guessing anyways.
What else could it be?
Yeah. And then they had burgundy options worn by male flight attendants. This includes allowing men. So now this includes allowing men to wear skirts, women to wear trousers, as well as increasing the uniform options available to non-binary staff members. I don't know what that would mean, but okay.
If you're going to wear a skirt, you better shave your legs. And it better be
Why?
long enough to...
Whoa.
Better be long enough
Whoa.
to cover your dong. Those are my only requirements for that. And other than that, okay.
All right. Jesus Christ, Samantha. I can see your
head's
dick
out
helmet.
again.
Your dick head's out again. Can you pull your skirt down, ma'am, please? Your dick is showing. No one wants to see your cock, Leslie.
Excuse
I'm
me,
sorry.
Miss. Your cock is out.
She's walking down the aisle serving drinks. Ma'am,
Just banging off the fucking armrest, everybody's shoulder going down the fucking...
ma'am. She turns around, whack, right in the fucking cheek. Jesus Christ. Hi, they, them. I hate to bother you, but your dick is showing. You just hit me with your dick as you walked by and when you came back through.
Could you not turn around so fast next time? Real whiplash effect there.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, you're giving people pink eye at this point.
Is there poop on it? Probably.
Sure.
Probably.
Now,
I'm
that
sorry,
went
I
over the
answered
line.
my own question.
That went over the line. Now that brilliant, but way over the line. They are also introducing pronoun badges, so they can wear badges to identify their true identity. The airline has teamed up with, this is great. I love to hear this from my airlines.
Here we go.
They've teamed up with RuPaul's Drag Race star Michelle Visage in a bid to reflect the diversity of its workplace.
Perfect.
Awesome. The change makes us the
Creative
most
consultant.
inclusive airlines in the sky.
Yay. Yay.
And on that note,
Transair.
we've gone, Transair. Yeah, fuck Transcontinental. It's just take Continental right off the fucking side of that plane. Transair.
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, we went long.
You might take off as a flight full of men, and when we land, you're a flight full of women. Welcome to Transair. I'll be your pilot, D. Snyder.
What happens in the sky stays in the sky.
I'll be your pilot, D. Snyder. Double D. Snyder. Oh, shit.
What do you want to do with your life? I want to suck cock.
We're not going to take it anymore. Stay hungry, America.
Oh, yeah. They're going to take it. They're going to take it a lot.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That was a funny show.
I think so.
I don't give a shit what anyone says.
Yeah. See?
I think we only got to 3 stories.
It doesn't matter. See?
Yeah.
It's not about the stories.
Yep.
It's about the show.
I didn't even get to SNL, by the way. It's rumors our writers are boycotting this week.
Oh.
Is
there anybody
Chappelle's
left? Oh, get the fuck out.
Right?
Hey, Patreon members, this one's coming right at you.
Yep. We'll do this story for
You
Patreon
damn
members.
right. News we didn't get to.
News we didn't get to is going to be awesome because there's a lot of shit that we didn't get to.
Could not wait.
Yeah, we'll do it for our exclusive and favorite listeners, our
Yeah, I said it.
Patreon members.
Said it.
Yeah.
Favorite.
All right, T, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Go enjoy some. We got some Thursday Night Football tonight.
Football.
Enjoy your weekend, everybody. We'll do some exclusive content over the weekend. Sign up at patreon.com. What is it again? Just
Slash
go to
TDC.
TDC Podcast.
Yeah.
Go to radiofor1.com. Everything's there.
Yeah, that's where the hub is.
Yeah,
That's where it's all at. That's where it all goes down.
exactly. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. We will see you back for the free show on Monday, and we'll see the exclusive people over the weekend.